everyone, welcome back. We're gonna go shopping again. So I went out of town to get my hair done, and I have to stop at antique stores while I'm out of town, and this one is huge. As soon as I walked in, sorry about my arm, I swear I'm going to get like those glasses. How do y'all record these videos? Do you just walk in with a camera and not care what people think? Do you have the glasses? Do you have like a camera attached to your head? I don't know. I'm still so awkward when it comes to it. I need to get better because I really do love making these. Look at this old cigarette ad with Santa and cigarettes back in the good old days. I think I should buy that, just reminisce. I love to go to antique stores, but as with most antique stores, the prices are usually a little higher than you would want to pay as a reseller. As a collector, $30 for this glass purse, great price, crazy great price. But I am looking to resell here, so we are just going to look around. I'm going to show you some things that I looked at as we're going through. As always, mention in the comment section what you think I picked up, and at the end I do a little scan of the register to show you what I did. And then let me know if there's anything that you see that you want. As I'm walking through, I buy very few things that oh, look at this. Isn't this so cute? But his ear was broken. I loved him, but his ear was broken, so I put him back because $10 for something broken that I don't need is not what we're doing today. But if I'm going through and you see something and you're like, oh my gosh, I've wanted that my entire life, I have been waiting for that, go ahead and put it back in the chat. In these small stores, it is very likely if I can make it back there in the next couple weeks that I'll be able to pick it up for you. So I do love these little Fenton shoes, and $12 is not a bad price. That's about the price I get on a regular day. Sometimes you can get $20, $25 depending on if it's a rare one. Like this one, it has a retired sticker on it, which I thought was amazing, but it was a little scuffed up, so I didn't pick it up. And you don't have to guess on this one. I do love this little compote too, and $24 was a really great buy. You don't have to guess on this. I did pick up the pink shoe. I love the pink ones. They're like Cinderella. They make me happy, so I picked up the pink one and continued on walking. I feel like with these voiceovers, I talk a little too much, but I mean, that's what we got to do, right? I don't know. I talk a lot all the time. Price on buttons was not bad. I have a million buttons though, so I need to sell some of the buttons that I have at home before I pick up more. This place had to be a couple hundred booths. I didn't ask, but I love the little Mr. Potato Heads. I didn't ask, but there were a ton of booths, tons of stuff, and I think that I go to two different places. Spoiler alert, I go to two different places. I think that this one had way more actual antiques. You know how sometimes I really liked this booth. Look at all those guns. You know how sometimes with antique stores, they start to turn into like a little newer stuff or crafty things, or like the farm look is really hot right now. So you'll get all like the homemade beeswax stuff and things like that, which I absolutely love. But when I go to an antique store, I'm looking for olds. I'm looking for vintage. If I go to a craft fair or, I go to different places to find that stuff. So I like when they're sprinkled in, but I don't like when it's like half of the store. This booth was amazing. Everything in here was like a blast from the past, and I'm going to have a man cave at some point. Let's just put it out there. I want all of these signs, and when I go over there, I think I record how much that Mick Ultra sign is, and fun fact, if you want to buy me a drink, that is what I drink. So I think I might actually go back for that. I definitely don't need it. Here's some Utica Club beer steins. I used to have all of these. I collected them for a long time. This is Emma. These are first edition too, so I wanted to see the price. I wanted to see because I do have Emma at home. It's the only one I kept, and she's kind of expensive, but look, it says Emma. There she is, Cousin Emma, $70. That's average, a little expensive. I think when I was selling them, I had them for about $55 for the regular ones. Some of the bigger ones go for hundreds. If you ever find any of those, make sure to tag me and let me know, especially some of the rare ones, the snowmobiles, the Halloween ones. Let me know. I think I want to start collecting them again. It's a local brewery, and I do love all of that stuff. I used to collect Genesee stuff, so that catches my eye. I made it about 3 booths in before I had to go back and get a basket. So I dropped off some of the stuff that I had, and I went back and started looking for more. I love this red bird, but $40 was too expensive for me. I love the bluebirds of happiness, and I love the cardinals. They had some beautiful Fenton in here, but like that Fenton up at the top, $225. Again, not a bad price if you're a collector, but not something I wanted to splurge for today. I bought very little at this place, actually. That being said, if this was for sale, I would have paid big money for this. Look at this display case. Have you ever seen? This is amazing. What a great display case. I wanted it. I loved that so much. You can fit so much in there. Also, this place was huge. It just kept going. And this booth made me laugh. Like, there's this beautiful swung vase next to the comics, but I think the swung vase, they wanted like $80. That's not an $80 swung vase. But all of the like marketing here cracked me up. Like this super scary guy next to the praying children. I love it. I love a hodgepodge of items. I know that doesn't surprise any of you. So booths like this are definitely my favorite. And it was, so I thought that the building kept going up, but it just kept going back. Like this is the vintage guy. This is a whole nother section. And I think after I get through his booth, which I didn't end up finding anything in here, which I was surprised by. The vintage guy, you would think I would find something that I wanted. I think I saw a couple things that I liked, but the prices were too high, maybe. I don't know. We're going to see. When I do these voiceovers, it's just me rewatching the videos. I don't watch them ahead of time, so I'm just talking as we go. So that's why sometimes I don't make sense or I'm jumping around, but that is also how my brain works, so it works really good. But looking through this, you wouldn't be like, yeah, vintage guy, I definitely want all of your stuff. Like, very regular, basic. Not bad at all. Never hating. Love everything you do. Thank you so much. When I turned to the corner, though, I saw this piece of Blanco, but it was too expensive. So we're just going to keep moving on. Here's another toy one. These Barbies and all of these toys totally brought me back to my childhood. I wish that I would have kept toys from my childhood. I don't even know what kind of toys I had. Look at this. I'm in like a separate room and it's still going. There were booths on booths on booths here. I need to come here. I told her that when I told my hairstylist that I will totally come all the way out to the salon every single time because I love to come to these stores. And she said there was another one I didn't even get to go to because it was closed on Wednesdays, which is a random day to be closed, but I get it. And then she said there was a new one that I had to check out. And so I didn't even see that one. So next time I get my hair done, stay tuned for another video like this because we're going to find a couple new antique stores. It is starting to finally get nicer out in New York, so I'm going to be able to go to more places, more estate sales, more garage sales. The town, city area, central New York really just shuts down between the months of October and May. Everything is closed. Everything up north is closed. Everything, no one does estate sales or garage sales or anything outdoors because we're buried in snow. So once the snow starts to melt, people finally start to get outside, and there's the world's largest garage sale and a bunch of other stuff. That sign said keep out, made me really want to go in there. This booth was all Christmas. Look at this little Jim Shore. $12 was not bad, but it was a little chipped. It was probably why it was $12. I had never seen one like that. It was super cute, but I definitely didn't need it. I recorded this booth just for Ho to the Mo because it's a Christmas booth. I do love all of the Department 56. If I had a nice, clean, organized, fancy house, I would have a beautiful village that I would set up. But I have a boring, plain, white and gray house with no shelves, no pictures, no anything. I should probably pay an interior decorator at some point in my life, but probably not with this house. Maybe with like my final house, and it'll probably just be decorated with eggplants. So, I recorded this. Who remembers this? If you've never used one of these, you're too young. Keep on walking, friends. And it didn't end there. There is an upstairs. look at this. There is an upstairs. There's a whole nother level. And I didn't think it'd get any bigger. Also, I was looking through the stairs. Look at all that glass right there. Did you spot it? I saw some glass. There's my hand. I don't know. Was I trying not to? What was I doing with my thumb? Oh, what was I even doing? Okay, that was to the left, and this is to the right. Eventually, my arms start to get full, so I can't record anymore, but I recorded as best I could, as long as I could. I love these little glass slippers. They were expensive. This is the booth that I was like, oh, I bet things are pretty reasonably priced here. And then you think some things would be expensive and they're not, and you think they wouldn't be inexpensive and they are. Like, I totally get why these, because henna nests are hot right now. And this is like a fancy one, but $100 for this fella? $100? I don't, what? And then there was like a piece of like glass right next to it that I would think would be $100. It was like 12. I don't know. I guess it's to each your own. I price things randomly and weird too, so you never know. Anyway, do you have any guesses what I've picked up so far? Because I don't even know if I've videoed anything that I've picked up besides that little shoe at the beginning. Because around here is where my arms start to get full. I have had this planter like 3 or 4 times in my life. I absolutely love it, and it wasn't a bad price. But I feel like this planter comes to me. I don't know what. It's got to have some symbolic thing. I think I end up with that planter like 1 or 2 times a year. Somehow it comes in a lot of stuff. So I did not buy it because it'll just magically appear to me at some point. Okay, ready? Here's a little look at what I bought. Look at all these beautiful pieces. I'm going to be selling these on Sunday. Here's my box. I wasn't planning on going anywhere else, but I still had an hour and I found another place, another antique center. So I had to check it out. This one was just 2 minutes from my hairstylist and it was fancy. Fancy. I was so scared to touch anything. Look at this beautiful girl. I did not take a lot of videos in this place because I was genuinely, I was afraid. It was so beautiful, so well organized, and I was afraid I was going to break something or hit something or I don't even know. So I didn't take a whole lot of videos here. I did want to capture a little bit and show you some of the prices in here, because the prices in here, again, were not terrible for antique store, but were more than I wanted to pay for a lot of things. I did pick up, I think, 7 or 8 things here, which I sold today, and I'm pretty sure I took a loss as a whole on this trip, but they were things that I absolutely loved and I really wanted. And I don't know if I videoed them. I might have at the end. I picked up a couple fairy lamps, a little Fenton mouse, and some other pieces. This place was a little bit more expensive. Oh, you know what I didn't run from here? They were in the box. I wonder where they ended up today. I might have to ask my friends because they opened that box for me. I tried to video here too because you could see the water outside. Look, there's water. Look how pretty. And then there was an upstairs in this place too. I always have to catch myself in a mirror. I apparently didn't see that mirror. This place had a lot of cameras too, and I get super weird. I know, I should just talk to them. And most people are like, oh yeah, I've never had anyone be upset and actually had people be happy when I was making these videos. But I don't know. I don't like people looking at me. I'm a very extroverted introvert. This piece of Fenton was beautiful. That Blanco was not a bad price. Some of these prices are really high. Here's a big pile of stuff that I had when I was walking to the register, and those are the fairy lamps that I got. Aren't those gorgeous? This is my second box. Holy cow, I'm done already and didn't do my ending, so I added this little clip in there for you, me getting my hair done. I love you. Follow along for more. I'll see you next time.